This is Expound, expanding your knowledge of the truth of God by explaining the Word of God in a way that is interactive, enjoyable, and congregational.
And are both of you from Santa Fe?
Yes, we are.
We have Erin and Lisette with us. Who is who?
I'm Erin.
And I'm Lisette.
And we brought you up here. I asked you to come, if you remember when we had a conversation some time back. And I'm going to have you tell about the conversation, but in the Gospel of Matthew, in chapter 19, Jesus talks about eunuchs for the sake of the kingdom of God. And in our translation, we would say being single perpetually because you feel God called you to singleness. Now, both of you don't have that calling, is that right?
No.
Yeah, so that's good to know. So we had a conversation a few weeks back about dating and Christian men and women. So fill me in a little bit on that, if you don't mind, Erin.
Well, my sister actually urged Lisette and I to come up and talk to you about being young Christian women and being in the world of dating. Kind of tough out there sometimes. But she just encouraged us to come and talk to you, and our question was mainly how to be women of the Lord while balancing dating in the world. And so that has been a challenge for a group of our Christian friends and ourselves, just balancing our relationship with the Lord while being in the world of dating. So.
Okay, Lisette, what's the most difficult aspect about being a single Christian woman?
I think that it would have to be a lot of, it goes back to that balance that Erin was talking about. I mean, we are living in this world, but we're also trying to live for the Lord. And it's difficult sometimes, especially at our age, I feel like, a lot of activities, some people are saying, let's go out here or to the club or to the bar, and we're balancing, are we allowed? Is that wrong? Is that not what we're supposed to be doing? We want to be doing God's work and to be the best Christian women that we can be. And so it's kind of finding that balance of meeting people. And then when you go out and you meet people, they may say that they're on fire for the Lord and they have this love for the Lord. And then you get to know them and you're like, no, I think we see things a little bit differently. I think that your being on fire for the Lord and my being on fire for the Lord are somewhat different.
You mean different things by that?
Yes.
Okay, so what is it, you can both answer, what is it, if you were to give a little punch list, what is it you're looking for in a guy?
Well, I would say the first thing that is so important to me is I say heart, and what I mean is I want a man that has a heart for the Lord and that just has his accountability to the Lord. Like, I want somebody that has a passion for the Lord because I know that if he does, then that will make our relationship that much better and he will be able to value me that much more because the Lord is his accountability and he, a God-fearing man, somebody that just really acknowledges the Lord in everything he does because that's how I want to live my life and that's how I live my life. And so I think it's extremely important to find that. So I just say heart and then height after that.
Heart? Oh, that's interesting. Heart and height. Because how tall are you? You're
I'm
not
5'7", but I mean,
Okay, there's nothing. That's honest. Lisette?
It definitely goes back to heart. I want somebody who has this heart and this passion for the Lord because I feel like if he doesn't have a love for the Lord and a fear for the Lord, then who am I? How is he going to treat me the way that I deserve to be treated and love me if he doesn't have that love for the Lord? And so
let me throw in something in the mix. What about initiative? What about taking the first step? Because if you're going to marry somebody, you want him to be the leader of the home. And so you want him to not only follow the Lord, but you want him to lead his family to spiritual things and encouragement. How important is that to you? Or do you think a man should just be passive?
I definitely don't think man should be passive. I mean, I think in life you have to have a passion for the Lord, you have to have a passion for your spouse, and a passion for what you do, like even if it's your career, if it's your children. So I think you want a leader. I mean, men are the head of the household. They're, supposed to be strong and protect their families and be leaders. So you want a leader. You don't want someone that is like, holding your handbag at the coffee shop or something.
No, I definitely agree. I think that if they have that passion for life and they want to go out and they're taking that initiative, then that's going to inspire them to be, they're constantly trying to better themselves and be the best people that they can be, which is somebody that I'd want, because I'm also trying to be the best person that I can be and live for the Lord.
It sounds like you have pretty clear thinking and clear goals and priorities, which you should. Brings up a question. It sounds like you've come to know this and have this position perhaps after some not great experiences. Would you say that you found some Christian guys to be flaky? You can answer honestly. You're among friends.
I definitely don't know. I've just found a bunch of guys to be flaky.
So guys in general are flakes?
Yeah. From my experience.
Guys, I think we can own that, can't we? I think we can own that. I think that's pretty true across the board. Not always, but unfortunately, it's true. Would you agree?
We're amongst friends, then I absolutely have to agree.
Okay, since we're among friends, I'm just curious out there, how many guys are single tonight? Raise your hand. Raise your hand up. Okay, so look out there, real quick. Just kind of look around. It's kind of dark. Just for after the service, I'm just thinking that maybe. No, I'm sorry to put you on the spot like that, but we talked about fearing the Lord and having priorities. What does a man who fear the Lord and love the Lord, what would that mean, do you think, to an ongoing relationship and marriage?
Well, I think as far as fearing the Lord, it's everything you do. If you have accountability to the Lord, then that's the highest accountability you can have. So in all of your actions, you will think, is this edifying to the Lord and to my family, to my wife, And that is huge, because if you're accountable to self, that's just destructive.
Okay, so what about the guy who says, boy, I read the Bible every day and I pray every day, and the Lord told me that you're supposed to be my wife. What would you say to that guy if he came up to you and said that?
Well,
Have you ever had anybody do that?
Not in that fashion, no, but be a little forward like that, yes. And
okay.
I kind of looked to my friends to pull me away or help.
Yeah. I would say you could tell him, the Lord can speak to me as well. He has my phone number, my address. He knows right where I live. He hasn't told me that. Thank you. Bye. Would that be too abrupt?
No, I'm going to use that advice.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We'll take that advice.
Listen, and also, if you're going to date anybody, you could bring him here. We will grill them for you, if you'd like that.
Can we do another session like that?
We'll do it. We'll put him on the spot. Okay, so counsel people who are young Christian single, or not so young, but Christian and single, when it comes to dating or courting. Give us some parting words of wisdom.
I would just say that be busy and do what you love, and follow the Lord and just have that heart for the Lord, and don't get down about it. I mean, in my life right now, I feel more blessed than I've ever been. I just feel so happy. And so I think that just to stay focused on your passions and what you love and on the Lord, and not give up. I mean, I have an aunt that's like 85 and has a boyfriend, so it happens.
That's cool. You don't want to wait that long.
No.
Okay. You won't, trust me. Go ahead, Lisette.
I would definitely just say, keep your faith in the Lord. He knows what's best for you, and He's going to definitely guide you and get you to wherever it is you need to be. You just have to have that trust in Him, and you also have to be true to yourself. Do the things that you enjoy doing. If that's hiking, stay busy, focus on things that are going to improve yourself and better yourself, and that guy will come along.
That's good. That's very good. So concentrating on being the right person more so than just looking for the right person. That's what I'm hearing from you.
Yes, and also I just always say one thing that I live by is be still in your actions. You don't have to go out there and put yourself out there in every way to, find the love of your life. When it is meant to be, it will happen. But as far as being still, some young people, I've seen it, if they get out of a relationship, they just are so trying to rush into the next thing, or, heartbroken and trying to heal in all the wrong ways. And so be still and wait on the Lord. If he doesn't bring you somebody in a year or so, or however long, he will gratify your heart, and he will make you whole.
Yes.
If you're not whole on your own, then you can't be whole.
I'm hearing
the
something
Lord.
from both of you again, and that is the idea of contentment. And I've just discovered that if you're content as a single person, you're more apt to be content as a married person. If you're discontent as a single person, you're going to be discontent as a married person. Doesn't matter who you marry, it's who you are before the Lord. Would you agree?
Yes.
Definitely.
Girls, thank you for coming and being
Thank
a part
you.
of this.
Thank you.
Give a big hand for them.